I've heard you say that God is in process too. God is not an engineer. This is very significant. What do you think the implications of this are for how we live our lives, how we show up in the world, and what we choose to devote our creative energy to?
I think it matters how we conceive of God. And I think the idea of God as a cosmic engineer is not just false, but damaging. And I think it's a very typical expression of the way the left hemisphere understands things, which is that it put them together and made something. The world is a Lego set. And what we do is we take the bits and we put them together and we build something we've designed. But the world is not like this. And the living world is not like this. We didn't make any of it. We didn't put it together. We try taking it apart and sometimes succeed in isolating parts, which makes us think that we can understand it in terms of something fabricated. But it is not fabricated in that way. And this idea of God as an engineer renders life futile, because if God already knows what the cosmos must be, why did he bother making it in the first place? What is it for? Why would it be there? Why would we have any part to play in it? We're just automata, playthings of this cosmic engineer. It's sometimes said by philosophers and some neuroscientists that we are fully determined. I think this is an elementary mistake myself, but there we go. People do say these things. Obviously, the universe is not determined in that physical sense. And I think that the only way to understand a God, and I can't understand the universe without the idea of a ground of being, why that ground of being should have brought the universe into being is because it is creative, not just following procedures like a Meccano set, but is creative of something new. There is something new coming about, and that something is intrinsically capable of truth, goodness, and beauty. In a way, it exalts what a human life is about. What it restores to humanity is the sense that we play a part in creation, and we can, in a way, repair creation. This is something that I didn't know about until about 15 years ago, the whole Luranic tradition of Kabbalah, called Luranic because of Isaac Luria in the 17th century, who brought it together. But in it, there is a story of creation. It has 3 stages. And the first stage is not stretching out a hand and making something happen, as you might imagine. The first step is called Tzimtzum, which means withdraw. And so God, the ground of being, which in the Kabbalah is called Ein Sof, wants to create, because as I say, it's in the nature of this divine ground of being to love and to create and to want to have something that reciprocates. And in order to do that, he had first of all to empty a space in which this creation could be that was other than Ein Sof himself. And so that was the first step. And that alone is such a wonderful idea in philosophy, that the first act of creation is an emptying out. The second stage is called the shattering of the vessels, Sefarat HaKelim. And in this space, there were placed 10 vessels that were to contain the creation. And one spark of light or fire came out of Ein Sof and landed on these vessels and shattered most of them. So far, we've had 2 out of 3 steps of creation. And the first is withdrawal, and the second is the vessels are shattered. So this is not a gung-ho, easy vision of the business of creation. But this is the magical thing, is that the third step in creation is called tikkun, and that means repair. And repair is a phase in which humanity plays a special role, can take, and this is why humanity has been created, can take the parts of these shattered vessels, which contain sparks of light or fire, and put them together again to make vessels more beautiful than the ones that were before they were shattered. How does this matter to how we think of ourselves as human beings? We have a role in creation to make things work towards the good, the true, and the beautiful. I think that's what we're here for. I mean, let me be blunt. Our lives are for receiving, respecting, reverberating with, resonating with, and helping further the true, the good, and the beautiful to the extent that we can in our lives. And to the extent that we choose to do that, our life has been fulfilled.